They were changing it in a second. So hey everyone. So today we had in Hackodisha 2.0, we had many project submissions, and from there we were only able to select a few. There were really good project submissions, and it was really difficult for us to select the top few projects. So today we are with our judges. So first of all, I would like to give a brief introduction of some of our judges. So first one is Saurav Thakur. So he is a CSC graduate from Chitkara University and is an active open source GSOC mentor. He has a really good number of contributions in open source. Next, Thakur Patel. He is a mechanical engineering graduate from NIT Rourkela and is currently the chief of blockchain product at MetaDecrypt. Then Mansi Parashar. She is a CSC graduate from VIT Chennai and has really good experience in data science domain, and also she has intensive experience as data science at many good companies. Then we have Aman Kumar Devan. He was also our mentor and judge in Hackodisha 1.0, and currently he is working at General Electric as an edition engineer. He is an experienced IoT developer, and personally saying he has helped us really in organizing Hackodisha. Then we have Vinit Shahadeo, and he is from VIT Chennai, and he is a lead web developer and SEO analyst at Sterling. Next up, we have Mohit Parikh. He is the founder and CEO of Anakin, which is a Y Combinator season 21 startup. Then we have Abhishek Upamanyu. He is a CSC graduate from Triple IT Bhopal. He's a software engineering. He's also a software engineering intern at GEP as well as volunteer at EcoHome Foundations. So basically, to start off, we'll be calling the top 15 participants, and we'll be giving everyone 15 minutes time in order to display their projects. 5 minutes, sorry, we'll be giving the 5 minutes time in order to display their projects. So we'll be getting them one by one.
I had a question. What were the things? What were the three things that were told we should base our scores on? Because I can see that there is only one column, and
Well, it is originality, creativity, and technical.
I'm writing it in the chat. So our first project, SoalPay, is going to join us soon.
Okay, we have our first project, Stealth by Kusha. Kusha, you can present your screen. Start your demonstration.
Okay. So my project name is Stealth AI. So it's a basically a ultimate tool for the all the youngster that we faced in while watching the YouTube video. So my it's my app which web app which used to just remove all the hassles that you face nowadays. So my problem statement is like when you times he or she can waste his or her time while watching the video if does the video is productive or not. So the my main is idea to just remove the hassle and find the video of the relevant content. So that's why I created this website where you can it's a AI solution. I have used NLP where when you just give the link of the YouTube, you will get automatically fetch the data from the link, and you will get the your keynotes, summary, quiz, and you can even search the phrases from the keyword phrases from the YouTube video. So this is my demonstration. You can say it. I just find any video. I just paste the link of the video. As you can see that there are many for option. You can see if you want a keynote, if you want to search any phrases, you can just write it over here, or you can speak also. This is the get word. How many times this guy has said. You can say also when did he said free. Revise the video. If we have exam, we can use this type of things. And same as well, it goes to the Zoom link also, Zoom transcript, and from the legal documents also. You can just give the PDF, and you will get the same all these four things. Okay. So if you want a live demo, I can show you that also. As I click a YouTube video of array, and I just do the get videos. As I write the keynote of the session, it is inserting. So it will go to get to me that point when here this video says inserting. And if you want to search any phrases, you can search it. If you want any summary of the video, it will directly give you the summary of the video. And if you want to generate a quiz, you can generate the quiz from this video. And it will also tell the analysis of sentiment, whether the video is positive or negative. It's just from minus negative to plus positive. So this find actually from the analyst from the comments of the user of the YouTube video. Okay. So this was the YouTube one, and same as it you can do in the Zoom link also. So this was my project. Thank you.
Thank you, Kush. Any questions, judges?
Hi, coach. So I have a question. So I'm assuming you're using a voice to
Yes.
text
Yes. Yes.
conversion, right? And for summarization, you're using an NLP model, is it?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Can you give me a few specifics of the NLP model that you're using?
NLP I'm using so as to it just for backend. I'm also using the Azure function also, Azure Cloud. From there, it just fetch the data of the video, and from this specific keywords are there, so as to it get to the summary or the things that the user wants.
Okay.
I think the question was that how, I don't think you touched the topic, like how are you processing the video and getting the data out of it?
Yeah. The I just first of all, it's a YouTube API. It just is fetching the data of a YouTube video, and there's a second API also. That's the ambiguous API, from where and there's also semantic API also, where you choose to get the semantic analysis of the minus negative to positive negative. I use 2 to 3 APIs, and use the Azure function over there for the NLP process also.
Right. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, next we have Hans Goel.
Greetings, everyone. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so let me share my screen. So basically, this is a website where students can learn with their fellow mates. So first of all, let me give you a demo. So here we can create an account or log into an existing account. So now I have already logged in, so let me log out. Like I am logging into my account, and I have used the beekeep inscription method to log into my account. So in this way, I can sign in, and there are many courses, like we can add new courses from the database. And currently I have added 2 courses, these 2 courses, and we can click on learn now button. So here's the course, like, and the best part of this is that when a student watches a course, like if there's a live video course, so there's a feature of the live chatting on YouTube. But when a course is recorded, there's no feature for the student to chat with each other. So here I have developed an application where students can chat with each other on the recorded courses also. So like here's a first user, and let me open another instance. So this is basically an other user. Now here we can see that both users can chat with each other while watching the course. So now they can chat with each other while watching, and the user while taking the course can also take the notes using the MongoDB at the backend. As you can see, we have added a note, and we can view the notes from the notes page. Here our note, and we can also add a new note from this page also. And this way, so we can add a new note. And similarly, a user can interact with other users while watching the course. And the next part is that there is an image processor for the instructors. So whenever an instructor gives a project to a student, so basically what was happening in the online classes, that one student copies an assignment from the other student. So due to this, there's a lot of cheating among the students. So here is an image processor in which I have used a deep learning AI using the deep AI API. So we can check if 2 images are similar or not. Like I have selected 2 images and they are similar. So it will connect with the deep learning AI and check if images are similar. So the images are similar, so it has given a score of 0, which means the images are similar. And it will help the instructors determine if they have a lot of assignments. So we can automate this process and determine if the students are cheating by taking assignments from other students, because manually checking each assignment would take a lot of time for the instructor. and thus this is the project.
Thank you, Ansh. Any questions from the judges?
Yeah, so I have one question. So when you represented image processor, right? So you said that, uh, the instructor can compare the images, right? So there is not always that we can export the image, right? So let's say if I'm submitting the assignment in Google Doc or maybe some PDF
I got the
format.
issue. Yes, actually, in this prototype, I have not implemented the PDF to image conversion, but in the means next version of it, like it's extended version, we can create a PDF to image converter API also, and then use these images to compare each other.
No, so I think you misunderstood me. So my question was actually we should look into the plagiarism checking, right? So image comparison is just one thing, right? So that can give you an idea of like similarity between two assignments. But don't you think like we should have the plagiarism checker? Let's say if you have given me some assignment and I directly copied it from some Google resource, right? Although that image will be unique in your database because you won't be able to find that because nobody has copied that from one, right? But actually I
Yes,
have copied from the Google resource. So uh, don't you think like we should have the plagiarism report rather than image processing?
yes, yes. We can have that also. The plagiarism checker. Yeah, we can also add it. But actually, I was having a less time, so I could not implement. Yeah, we can implement it.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
Any more questions, judges?
Yeah, I have a question. Ansh, good project by the way. I wanted to know what stack you are using for the website, and like I can show I can see a video on the course. Is that just an embedded YouTube video, or are you like uploading videos to your website, or what's the
Yeah,
technicalities there?
actually, I am using the MongoDB on the backend, and dynamically I am loading the courses. But as in the demo, I have embedded the YouTube playlist. But I'm like, let me show you the MongoDB also, my
Okay.
backend.
Ansh,
Yeah,
yeah, your time is up. Please be fast.
okay, let me show you one
Yeah,
second.
Ansh, let be, don't show me the MongoDB. The last thing I want to know is, have you implemented the UI by yourself, or like have you used some
No, no,
pre-existing website?
I've implemented it myself. Actually, the Tailwind, I have used the Tailwind library, and Tailwind gives us some pre-made blocks from
Okay,
their library.
okay. Yeah,
So
got
I
it, got it.
assembled those blocks.
Okay, yeah.
If we have time, I have one more question.
Yes.
Sure, Vinesh.
Yeah, so Ans, as Abhishek mentioned, right? So you are streaming the YouTube videos. I just want to ask, like, do you also implemented something for, storage of video and streaming the video on your platform itself?
Yeah, we
Or
can
for-
implement. Yes, we can implement the Amazon AWS. Yeah, like S3 storage to store the videos if we don't want them to upload on YouTube. But we can also use the YouTube servers to upload them and keep their privacy as unlisted because that would be more efficient way. But we can also use the our custom storage like AWS or buckets, storage buckets.
Thank you, Ansh.
Welcome, sir.
Next, we have Anurag Sharma, and his project is Code AI. Anurag, you
Hello,
can
I'm
present your
audible.
screen. Yes, you're
Am I
audible.
audible? Yep. Let me present my screen. Uh, is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Yep. Let me see the first slide. So, so this is the demo of my app, CodeAI. So, CodeAI, it's a web app that is your AI peer program. It was built because we wanted to help developers and students to be more productive and to educate them. So, so it contains set of tools that can help you to write code faster and better. It can help you to write SQL queries, JavaScript, TypeScript code, regex. It can also convert your code to different language. It can help you to understand your code and explain it to you. It can also calculate the time complexity of a code, and it can also prepare you for interview by generating interview questions. So how we build it? We build it using Next.js, TypeScript, OpenAI API, and Tailwind CSS for styling, and Vercel Edge functions for and we used Vercel Edge functions for server. What to say? I cannot explain it, but so here's the infrastructure of the app. So we, so it's let me demo you the app. So here's my app at domaincode.dfs.live. So let's get started. So here are some of the tools like MySQL query generator, JavaScript generator, code explainer, and others. So let's try first MySQL query generator one. So I have set of questions pre-written. So let me add first the query to select all users with ID 1. Copy, paste. So it gave us the SQL command for that. So select star from users where ID is equals to 1. We can also copy to the clipboard and that all. So we show you other tools like JavaScript and TypeScript generator. It is currently in beta. Grab and question, create a TypeScript function to fetch Pokemon API. So here's the TypeScript code to fetch Pokemon API.
Excuse me, Anurag. So can you change this to like in JavaScript? Just write something like write a polyfill for promise.all.
Huh?
Just like this query. So write a polyfill for promise.all. So I just want to see like how it's behaving. Write a polyfill for promise.all.
Polyfill.
Polyfill for promise.all.
Promise.
Dot all. Yeah. Let's submit it.
Here's the output.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually not writing the polyfill. It has given us the promise model. So yeah, I was just checking how does the OpenAI behaves for this. Okay, it's fine. Please continue.
The other one is a code explainer. So currently it supports JavaScript and Python. If we grab and code like this is a Python code to generate Fibonacci series. So Python. So the code is a function that prints Fibonacci sequence up to a certain number. So it works in this also. So next tool like interview question generator. Here I have to give a topic and it will generate interview questions upon that, like React.js. Submit. So it gave us set of React questions. There's some bugs also.
Fine.
Here's the main. Is a great feature regex generator. So here we have to put a string that will be on a search like search box, like we can generate regex to authenticate that a string contains these 3 unique values. So here's the regex for that. If I am right. So another one, here's a time complexity calculator. So let me try to code for this. First, normal print hello world. The Python one, it will be o not n. So the time complexity of this function is o not n, where n is the length of the string. And I have a code that let this Fibonacci series, it is a recursive function, and the time complexity is o not to the power n. So let's try this. So it gave us the correct result. So let's try the last one. It's the prominent feature. Like it can convert the code from one to another. Let's try first Python to JavaScript, and here's a simple Python code. So console.log hello world. Let's try that Fibonacci series one.
Sorry to interrupt, Anurag. Please be fast. We're running out of time.
Okay. So here's the Fibonacci one. So it generated a Python code, but there is some regex error. It is not formatted correctly in Python, but it's great. So here was my project. So
Yeah, no doubt.
Thank you, Anurag.
Can we ask some questions? We have time, if you have, please. Yeah, sure.
Sure,
So,
sure,
Anurag,
sure.
Anurag, interesting project. So I think this is kind of a basic version of what we have for Copilot, Tab 9, etc. Right?
yeah.
So many CodeAI pair programmer for us. So I just have 2-3 questions, right? So in terms of usability, right? So it's your CodeAI pair, programmer is actually hosted in a separate website, right? So but I think like it could be great like if you could build a VS Code just a suggestion.
Yeah.
Extension.
It's the next feature I was thinking about.
Yeah. So because development starts from there, right? So you never write it on browser, you write it on editor. So that was one. The second thing was like let's say now the whole set of these features are dependent on OpenAI, right? So they have the database, they have trained model, but like helping OpenAI in terms of like data collection or training of data.
In my knowledge, I think the OpenAI also collects your response, like your API request, and it trains its model upon that.
Yeah, that is correct. But now, how you are ensuring that the same user is getting that sort of similar output all the time, right? So in Copilot, what happens like you are always logged into your GitHub account. Now OpenAI understands basically Copilot understand that okay, this is Anurag who is writing this code. So let's give him personalized result. You get my point?
Yeah, like in future we can implement user authentication also that and it can store the related data of the user.
Yeah. So have you thought of that, like building that?
Yeah. I thought of that. I was like building it on Postgres using Supabase for that, but I did not implement it because it will be not accessible if like it will be not accessible for all if we add user authentication. It would be greater if we do not have an user authentication and it would be anonymous. But for improving, we can add a user authentication also.
Got it. One last question. So for OpenAI, do we have any rate limiting condition or it's always free for everyone? No authorization indication required?
Currently, currently I'm using Code DaVinci version 2. That is one model. Currently, it is in trial. So currently, we have unlimited requests, but generally, OpenAI has a rate limiting for that for usage of API.
Got it. Okay. Thank you, Anurag. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have one last question. Okay.
Oh, Anurag, sorry.
No worries.
Next, we have Project Imagined by Ridhiman and team. Ridhiman, please.
Yeah, just a minute. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, I'll just present my... Yeah.
Can you just repeat the project name?
I think it's Imagine
Imagine.
3D because it is Imagine 3D. I think it's been misspelled. It's Imagine 3D.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just present my screen. Right?
Go ahead, Ridhiman.
So is my screen visible?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
So first of all, greetings to all the judges and thank you for giving us the opportunity to present our solution in front of you. So I'll just like to give a brief intro of my team. So my name is Ridhiman and I'm from SRM Institute of Science and Technology. And I'm from Team Hello World 404 and accompanying me are three of my friends, Shiv Malar Dikshit, Janvi Dharvamunda and Naman Sharma. And we have built a solution in the open innovation category. and we'll just give you a brief overview of the problem statement. So our problem statement is that whenever we are as students or as budding professionals, whenever we are trying to understand important concepts in from textbooks, we often face a lot of difficulty in understanding them because of the lack of visualization or proper denotation of various components that are involved in a particular diagram or maybe a particular theory or maybe a particular concept. So what we have come up is a machine learning and AR based solution that will help you to generate a 3D model of whichever concept, theory, or object that you want to study about. We have used the concept of OCR, and we have also used the AR concept in order to generate the 3D models. And this is how we have come up with Imagine 3D. So the main functionality of our app includes to scan the image and extract the text and get the 3D model for the desired object. So we have also the facility to create and store notes and take short quizzes to improve understanding of our subjects. So as for the tech stack, we've used Blender and 3JS for doing the augmented reality based stuff. We have used Tesseract in order to do the OCR analysis. We have used React Native to do our front-end application, and we have used Node.js, Express, and MongoDB for our backend, and also HTML, JS, and CSS for our web view. So here's a basic workflow which I've just described in brief. And what we basically do is after login and sign up, which are the basic operations, we go to the scan and learn section where we scan the image. And after uploading the image, the OCR model will detect the word, the keyword, and will send it to and the app will send the request to the API. And after that, the API will send the response URL to the application that will redirect to the web view, which will have a 3D canvas having the model in place along with orbital controls and labels. There is a note-taking facility, and also in our app, we have a quiz-taking facility that's present. So here is a basic UI of our application. So as you can see, we have a scan, notes, and quizzes section. And we have a recent searches section as well. And these are just some of the screen grabs out there. And now I'll present to show the video demonstration. Just a second. So can you see my screen?
Yeah, it's visible.
All right. So here's a demonstration of our scan and generation operation. So you can see that our camera has gone live. We are trying to detect the word heart with the camera. We have also given the crop and resize facilities to help the user to pinpoint the exact word that he wants to search for. After which we go and there was just a small error there. Just yeah, so that's how in WebView our app will render. So we can see that in the 3D canvas, the 3D heart has rendered where you can control it using orbital controls, and you can even zoom in and zoom out over there. You can interact with the model by pinching in and pinching out. And you can even see some facts that have been generated over there after double clicking. And here you can just write short notes if you want, and by giving a title and a content.
Sorry to interrupt, Vidima. You are running out of
Yes,
time.
yes.
Please be first.
Yeah, this video is just going to end in 30 seconds or so. So after that, we'll be ready for the questions. So that was just a short quiz that you can take, and there you can see that the object that the note that we had just created has been saved out there. So this was a short demonstration of the application that we've made, and hope that with this we have come to the end of our demonstration.
Thank you, Vidiman. Next question. I have one question. So,
Yes.
Your app says that you are helping us to imagine everything in 3D, but how does the quiz is helping out there? Like, why have we added also quiz? So
We have added the quiz just for self-assessment and understanding. It's just for better analysis of a particular subject. So that's why we've added. So we are planning to add more domains and quizzes across more domains, so as to give a better overview of whatever the person has learned as such. So that's the purpose of the quiz that we've given.
A second question I have was like, you initially you demonstrated that there are recent searches which has been shown there, and also the notes are getting stored somewhere, right? So I want to understand the architecture. Like, once you scan the image, you crop it. I understand like that is done through the Android library, but after that, like, do you upload it to your server and send your CDN links to the model, or it's just like you are sending the whole base 64 encoded
No.
image?
This is how we are doing it. We are not sending the base 64 encoded image. We are sending the image that has been clicked in the same MIME type as it's been generated, that is image/jpg, and we are sending it to our server. After it is sent to our server, we are using Multer to temporarily store it in a location in our server. It's an uploads folder. If you see our GitHub repository in the master branch, the architecture, as per the architecture, we are storing it in the uploads folder. After we are storing it in the uploads folder, we are extracting it using, we are extracting the path using the FS library, and then we are sending the PNG image or the JPG image, whichever has been captured, to the Tesseract.js library, where we are using the recognize function, tesseract.recognize. And after that, the Tesseract library does its asynchronous process, and after which we get our text, whatever we have received. After we get the text, we use fs.unlink in order to delete the image that we have stored on our uploads folder, so as to keep it empty, and also to help the server occupy less space. And thus, after we get the text, we generate the relevant URL that we have. We have a set of URL that are there in the public folder, and then after comparing which organ has been there, we send the relevant URL back to the front end. So after front end receives that URL, we concatenate a search query, a JavaScript search query into that URL, where we get the username. Username equals whatever username is there in the local store. After that, we send a request to the web view, where a get request is there. So there, whatever we are rendering, we are doing a server side rendering only. So in the server side, we are using window.location.search. We are using the search params in order to extract the username from the search query. And after we extract the username, whatever notes that person has written in correspondence to the diagram, we use another post out that we have in our Node.js that is linked with the MongoDB Mongoose. So in Mongoose, we are using the username query that we are sending in the post request, and we are also sending the title and content fields along with the that has already been sent in the post request, and are making a note object. That note object is being pushed into a notes array in the MongoDB database. And in that notes array, there is a schema of type note where the title, ID, and content is stored. So, and after this entire process is done, we get a response, 200 response from the server. If we get a 200 response, we use the document.querySelector object to update the text area to note saved successfully. After that, if a person wants to view the saved notes, we are using a get query, get request to our server /notes. So from there, we are deriving all the necessary notes array that is there in our MongoDB with respect to that user. So that's how the rendering and entire architecture of the note is done.
Is it only me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Riddhiman, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much for detailed information. I got an idea of like overall the architecture. Just two questions, right? So one is like, uh, I might be wrong, but why are we sending the whole PNG image? So can we use CDN URL in that library that you are using, and that CDN URL can fetch from that image server and do the processing? And second question is like, I didn't understand, like, you mentioned through the whole architecture everywhere you are talking about like username as query param, but how about the authentication? So have you implemented any sort of authentication, or it's just like if I know your username I can fetch all the data that you want to?
No, as of the prototype, we have not implemented any authentication, but surely when we are going to do a release version, we can have authentication over there, where we are going to pass a hashed username onto the particular search query. So in that manner, you will not be able to actually enter the username directly in the search query, as we'll be using the bcrypt.compare function at the backend in order to resolve the username properly. So just for demonstration purposes, we have used the username query directly over here, but surely we can handle this at the backend. And even during registration, we have used the bcrypt library in order to encrypt all the passwords that are there. So that's going to be a feature that we'll implement surely. And as of the first question, as of CDN, the approach, yes, we did do a little bit of research about it, but due to lack of time, we couldn't implement it. Though one thing to mention, we had tried the base64 encoding part of the same, but Multer actually, which is our file storage software that we're using, does not allow a large size file to get stored in the uploads folder, because we are using the single attribute of the same. And also we try to use a large number of we try to take a large number of pictures of the same basically alphabet or the word, but we were still getting the same error, but surely we'll find a workaround for that.
Got it. Yeah, I think that was the reason I asked these questions. I want to understand, what is the size limit and what was the comment. Thank you so much, Sudhir.
I have a question which is like, besides the technical stuff that we are doing here,
Sure.
how are you, like, from where are you getting the AR models that you are showing to the user?
So
And
as
like,
of now,
how do you?
yeah. Yes, sir. The second part of your question, actually.
So I also wanted to ask, let's say, how will we scale, like, add more models to the library? So how does
Sure.
it all happen?
Okay. So this is how it works actually. As of now, we have got some. We have worked on some previous projects. So in Blender actually. So we were able to generate the 3D models using Blender. It's a software. So what happens is Blender generates a .gltf file. So the .gltf file is basically what we use in a GLTF loader that is there in 3JS, the server side that we are using.
Riddhiman,
Yeah.
it will be helpful if we just talk about the overall things. Like, from where are we getting the models, and how will we like expand the library if we want more models? The
Sure.
overall picture, the
Okay.
scalability of.
Yeah, scalability. All right. So as of the scalability aspect, in order to get the models, we surely need to have a dedicated team to work across various domains in order to have quite a bit of models ready. Now, acquiring models and building those models will definitely take a little bit of time, but as of scalability, the thing is that we can easily use the file formats that is converted over there. Like we can convert those files into a .gltf format, and after that we can use load balancers on our servers to deploy such models that are large scale. So that's how we are actually planning to do it. Talk about scalability.
Sorry to
Thanks.
interrupt. We are running out.
Sure, sir.
Okay, Mansi, go ahead.
Just one
Mansi, go ahead.
really quick follow-up. Ridhiman, again, thanks for the detailed explanation. So a follow-up on Saurabh's question. You have a database where the 3D models are stored with your query as a key of sorts. So you're not actually generating the 3D model based on the OCR recognized text, right?
No, we have pre-generated models. Let's say we have pre-generated models, but the model is basically just the 3D object. The animation, the orbit controls, and everything we are adding at the backend as per the user query.
Okay.
So,
Thanks.
so OCR will detect that and will generate the relevant query to us at the backend where we can use animations and all. That can be done in a custom manner.
Got it. Got it.
Thank you, Ridhiman, for the presentation. Now we have project SoalPay by Team Blitz, and we have Pritish to present. Pritish, can you present your screen?
Hello, everyone. Uh,
Hello.
Hello, everyone. I'm Khushi, team member of Blitz. So we will be presenting our idea together. My teammate Pritish will be presenting our app. So starting with our app, we have made a SoalPay crypto wallet. It's not just a crypto wallet. It's all-in-one crypto wallet for all your need. We have made it safe and easy for customers to store, buy, send, and receive money and crypto. So, starting with what the idea behind our SoalPay. The idea behind SoalPay is to bring the power of Solana blockchain and wallets to as many people as possible. The service can also be embedded into any website with minimal code. It allows that website to create and track Solana virtual accounts. Starting with the technologies we have used in our app, we have used JavaScript, Next.js, Web3, and blockchain. Uh, Going through the facilities we provide to our app, it's a home for all your NFTs. You can buy, mint, and sell your NFTs with just few clicks. You can earn cashbacks, swap with ease, access dApps, pay to merchants, and get cash with ease. We also promise secure crypto wallet by generating password and keys on your device so only you have the access to your accounts and data. Our service is built using React.js for the front end and Next.js for the framework. Now we will show our app demonstration. Starting with creating our wallet in our app. Then we click on Get Started. Here we create a wallet. Here a phrase is generated that is totally random so that no one can ever copy or hack it. That is provided for your security. So clicking on Create Wallet. Now my teammate Pritish will proceed. Just give us 2 seconds, please.
So this is our wallet, SoalPay. First of all, for testing, I have added airdrop version so that so let's get started. So now, as you can see, my balance is around 1 SOL. Features again, we can receive money through QR code or our wallet address. We can send money, and we can also, it's a complete wallet system with NFTs. We can also mint, buy, and check on our NFTs that that will be buying soon. We can receive money through our QR code section. We can also track the payments. Let's see. So as you can see, transaction was successful, which was that airdrop we got before starting. About sending money, we can write up our value and also put up a wallet address, or we can scan the QR code. So this will link to the payer wallet, and we can send him the money. So that's all about our application. Thank you.
Any questions you have?
Yeah, I have one question. So Solana Pay, if I understand correctly, that's kind of a standard protocol for this decentralized payments, right?
Yeah.
So you use that open source library that helps us to build this particular wallet thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
So can you briefly explain your work in terms of like what you have done exactly? So Solana Pay already provide infrastructure to build wallets. So apart from that, like what you have done here.
For that, we have added some features which we are lacking in current crypto wallets. Like we can receive swap tokens from this only, and also collect NFTs or buy NFTs. So that was our part, since we wanted our crypto wallet to be all in one crypto wallet, so that there's no need to switch to some other applications or projects to do other things.
Got it. And then for the UI bit, have you used some template or you built it from scratch?
We build it from scratch.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
Pratish.
But I could find some lorem ipsum text in the beginning.
Actually, that was part of production.
Okay, got it.
Uh,
Thank you.
we,
Okay, Pratish. So a few questions from my side. I went through app. So a general, like when you talked about the value addition you had, you said that your wallet allows to swap tokens and add NFTs, right?
yeah.
Yeah, but even Phantom Wallet, the extension for which gives us access to the Solana blockchain, that has all those features involved. Um, that is the generic feature of any wallet nowadays. MetaMask, Solana, Temple Wallet, anything they have the features of storing NFTs. So what exactly is your value addition?
Mm, Not that just we figured out before this.
And if I and you an address comes up, right? Like I registered just now you in
Yeah.
your website, and then I got an address, but I can't seem to copy it, and I want to check that address on SolScan about its status and how much Solana I'm getting, right?
Uh, yeah.
Because generally, yeah.
Can you repeat your question? Like
Okay, see,
when you copy the address?
when I entered when I created a wallet, I got an address, right?
Yeah.
So when if I go and search this address on Solana scan, Sol scan, then I should be
Yeah.
able to see the status of the account with the account balances and the transactions and the whole history, right? Like what happened
Yes.
with each scan, polyscan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so A, I'm not being able to copy that address, and B, if I were to be able to copy that address, will I see that I was dropped one sol in my account?
We have added transaction history. When you click on transaction history, you might be seeing the transaction of that.
But see, when you airdrop any Solana into my wallet, that's a transaction, right? Basically,
Yeah.
so it should take
Uh,
time to do, but because when you tell me to see the transaction history on your wallet, there could be a chance that it's centralized, right? Because
yeah.
in your GitHub codebase also, I don't see any Rust, and Rust is the primary language for Solana smart contracts.
Mm.
So could you just give me access to the address, how to copy it? Because when I copy it and the dot is coming, I'm not getting the whole address right.
Uh, I think that's the bug
We should
because
work on that.
yeah, we will be working on this.
And second, like for any wallet whatsoever, there is a
Yeah,
option of networks, right? Because other than the main net, there are test nets involved, like
yeah,
test network, which you have while developing. But when I enter your wallet, I can't find the same. I can't see the options of different networks, right? That should be provided as a basic feature of any wallet. You can take MetaMask for an example. MetaMask will have what you can add whatever network you want, but that's the basic like RigPi or Obstern or Kovan or Goerli test networks, right? Solana also has the same, and
yeah.
it's not provided in your application, so you should also work on that.
Okay, for sure.
I have a question. Like in the starting of the presentation, you told that your wallet is secure. Can you explain like how are you doing that? Because I can see first of all that you are using a web app. It is a web app, and like you also told that you are storing the credentials in like the user device. Like how are you doing that?
First of all, Solana blockchain itself is a delicate thing. The data storage is happening in from delegated validators to archivers. So when any small transaction or some archive is asked, so it goes to our network. Then there's for our data privacy, we have proof of history. Uh, Solana blockchain actually mainly Solana blockchain has implemented the proof of history, which is keeping technology kind of. So we,
Okay, Pritesh. I think you are talking about the transaction security. I'm talking about the user credentials here.
uh,
Like where, how are you making sure about the security of?
that I told first, the data storage from validators to archivers only. So whenever a small section of the state is archived by us, we will be only asked about to confirm and storing the data. So
Well, I didn't get it actually, because I understood Saurav's question. Like that is a serious issue in all the wallets in which you store their private keys, because I have a
uh,
private key generated based on which I'll get a wallet, right? And based on
yeah.
which is the identification for my account. So where are you? How are you ensuring that these private keys aren't elsewhere? Because as Saurav had mentioned that he checked your code base and it's JS.
Yeah, we should be working on that. It's the startup phase, so we were still working on these parts of phrases.
Okay, Pritesh. Thanks for answering that.
And you have a lot to work on here because there are
Yeah,
tons of projects with SoalPay. I mean, you can just go to GitHub once and check all the projects in SoalPay. There are tons available right now, so you have to make it really unique if you want to go forward with this project. Else, else you have to
yeah,
find another use case in the
yeah.
Solana blockchain system.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions, judges? Okay, thank you, Pritesh. You may leave. Next, we have Project Evon by Team Errors.
Hello, sir.
Sorry,
Uh, it is for team errors, right, sir?
yeah, Team Errors. Sorry, the project name is Pheonix.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So this is our project. Its name is Pheonix. So basically, what it did is we basically provide a solution for developing EV infrastructure. So what are the basic problems that that make us focus on this problem. So first of thing is that India's EV business faces a lack of infrastructure for EV, and next thing is that India has a widespread charging like the demand for EV vehicles is growing very tremendously because the fossil fuels are depleting a very fast rate, and people are also struggling to find the closest charging station. That's why they don't want to buy EV car or something because there is no infrastructure present. So like what are the constraints when we want to provide our solution? So what should be there the constraint? The user should have to travel minimum distance, first constraint. Second thing, the cost of installing EV charging machine, that should be minimized. I mean that with minimum number of EV charging machines we should satisfy the most demand. And how we can do that, if we better predict like what will be the future demand in that particular region, using that we can like optimize our cost. So what we are presented, so here is our website. So how we have proceeded in it, let it reload. It's taking time actually. Yeah, so here is our website. So how we have done this, so first we have calculated that what are our target areas. So first we have do some data analysis and find out which are the states that have the most emerging demand. So here you can see that the states which qualify for most emerging demand are Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra. So it is the vehicle counts in that region. After that, we have targeted Uttar Pradesh. So going in that, we have forecasted that how in the upcoming year the demand will change. Okay, so we have data for 2019-20, and we have forecasted the demand for 2023 and 2024. So here you can see that the demand has grown tremendously because the fuel prices are going to like increase very fast because there is a depletion of that. So based on this, this is our forecast. We have used XGBoost for forecasting it, and here is how we have clustered a particular region. For assume that I have selected a 60 cross 60 field, and in that I have like every supply point is a petrol pump and it will cover a region around it. So we have used k-means clustering for doing this, and we have made it 100 supply points. Like there will be 100 100 points where we can install our EVs. Okay, so for example, this is yellow point, so this is a supply point that will meet the requirement and demand of all this region. And moving on, like our now next problem is like how we can provide the optimal number of EVs. So based on the demand, we have predicted it. We have assumed that one EV charging point can satisfy 1000 megawatt of charging in a region. Okay, so here is our map that will tell everything. Okay, so for example, let's consider this area. So this is the area that have 100 like those 100 supply point. So this cluster involved 36 petrol pumps, this 31, this 23, this is 10. So let's go inside some. This is 36 points. So this region includes 6 points, and at each point you can see that this area require 18 charging point, like 18 EV machines at this petrol pump in order to meet the requirement around this area. Similarly, this needs 16, this needs 17, and similarly we have done this. So after that, we have also plotted a heat map that will tell us how the demand is how the demand is distributed. So the more red region included, here is more demand, so we can also predict compare them, if our prediction is right or wrong. Okay, so after that we have also included mm, like uh, we have also included a feature for the user. So basically what it does is, if you enter the coordinates.
Sorry to interrupt one.
Yes, sir.
You're running out of time. Please be fast.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So in this, if a user enter the coordinates of its location, then we will tell him that the shortest distance, shortest supply point where you can charge is at this kilometer and the coordinate. So you can easily use Google Map to reach there, and you can you can use this. So this is all we have. We can also optimize it according to user needs. Thank you, sir. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Vandit. Any questions, judges?
I have a very quick question. So, can you tell me about your data? Like, where did you get this data for Indian cities?
Yes, ma'am. That is a major problem. Actually, India has no such infrastructure for EV, so we don't have such data. Basically, we have tried to optimize. If government can provide us data, we can use that to similarly we can use that data here. So there is no problem in that. We can work on that. But we have used some data set. Maybe it was of Germany, and we have used that data set to implement it here. So basically, we are so casting how we can implement this. Hello, ma'am.
Okay, yes, got it.
Okay.
Nice, good job.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you, Vandit, for your presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Next, we have Ergonomics and Emotional Wellness by Team DNS, and we have Deepan to present. Deepan?
Yeah,
You can share your screen.
am I audible, guys?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, okay, I'll press on my screen. So, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so the project we have chosen for this hackathon is ergonomics and emotional analysis. So we have basically chosen the healthcare. The problem statement that we have chosen here is that people working in corporate environment, basically in cubicles or maybe in a work from home environment, usually forget about their body posture, and incorrect body posture for a very long time can lead to severe conditions like musculoskeletal disorders and poor circulation and impaired lung functions. And this project was made with having the the lockdown and work from home environment in having those in our mind. And the solution we have come up with is that we have come up with an application with underlying two major algorithms. So basically, it works as an assessment tool to identify risky posture. So we have implemented two industry standard algorithms called RULA and REBA. So RULA is rapid upper limb assessment, and REBA is rapid entire body assessment. And the unique selling point is that we have used deep learning models, and we also used media pipe to get the poster points. And most of the economic related softwares present in the market right now are basically static image and video based softwares. But here we are doing it dynamically with a webcam based data. So this is how the architecture would look like. So these cameras can be considered as uh, the webcams of people who are working in cubicles, and these from here the posture points would be collected and they will be sent to the server, and after calculating it, a notification will be sent to their mobile whether they have correct posture on. For example, correct posture or not. For example, if you're leaning too right or too left, you'll get a warning. Or if you're feeling a bit drowsy, you'll just get a warning to maybe take a break or something. So that's how it will look like, and this is how the flowchart of the working look like. And so these are the technologies we use: Python, OpenCV, MediaPipe, and TensorFlow. So yeah, I'll go ahead with the demo right now. Yeah, so basically you have a login page. So after logging in, so face recognition data does not exist. So you need to register your face. So you have to go here and just give whatever ID you want. So basically, if you're going to implement it on a company wide company based range, so the company would be giving an ID to you. But for the sake of demo, we can just choose a random ID here. So now I'm starting a face capture. So now only your face will be detected, and so these images will be used to train the model for face recognition. So total of 80 images will be taken. Yeah, so the faces has been trained. So next you can go to the detection part. Yeah, so basically this project contains three parts. The first one is the ergonomic analysis. The second part is emotional analysis, and the third part is drowsiness detection. So the ergonomic analysis basically consists of the checking your neck inclination and torso inclination. So if you're going to tilt your neck to left or tilt your neck to right, it would be detected, and a warning would be sent to the user through Telegram. So just give me yeah. So, yeah. So a warning is supposed to come here. So that's how it basically works. And here, and the middle part is basically detecting your emotions. So with respect to emotion, you would not get any warnings, but it would be used for long time analysis of your emotional state throughout the working capacity. And here you get drowsiness detection, and you get a live graph, whether you're feeling drowsy or not. And we have also incorporated face tracking. So it would take a bit of time. Yeah. So why here we are using face tracking instead? So when you're going to use it in a work from home environment, face tracking is not necessary. But in case of a cubicle based environment, definitely 2 or 3 people. There is a possibility of 2 or 3 people coinciding with your webcam. So in that case, you can use face tracking to accurately get the results. So yeah. So after running this software, a report could be generated. So this is basically just a rudimentary, proof of concept like report. So like this, a report could be generated with respect to days data or a month's data. So it basically consists of neck inclination, torso inclination, drowsiness score, and all the emotional score. So these the inclinations and the drowsiness score can be used for your personal development, and these emotion based scores can be used by the human resources or your managers to assess about your emotional state during the the tenure of the project, and maybe they can give you counseling, or it can be used for that purposes. So yeah, that's pretty much is our project. So yeah, I'm open for questions now.
Okay, any questions, judges?
I have a question. So, Deepan, really good project. Let me start with that. So, my question is more related to the use case. From what you have shown, you basically want the employees to have their webcams on 24/7 when they are in office, right?
Yeah. We get that a lot. So basically, what we are doing is edge computing here. So your webcam, the frames from your webcam will be processed to get the points of your shoulders, and it will all run within your computer itself. So the data which would be going to the server would be only the coordinates of your shoulder and your face. And moreover, there is some types of webcams which solely works on infrared, different types of image processing based cameras are available. So we have only the webcam which is given with us the computer. So that's why we are using. So in case of some special types of cameras, only the outline of the person could be captured. So in that case, the privacy could be preserved. So that's the solution we came up with. So we can't implement it right now, but it's I would say that it's a good solution.
Right, precisely. My question was how would you protect the privacy? So you
Yeah,
seem to have that covered. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Any questions? Judges? No? Okay. Thank you, Dipan, for your presentation. You can leave.
Yeah, thank you.
Next, we have Womanity Decentralized Petitioner by Team Binary Brains and Ayush Shaw will present. Ayush, you can share your screen. Ayush? Okay, seems like Ayush is not present. We will move to the next project. We have project Evon by Team Bit by Bit, and it will be presented by Dilip. Dilip, do we have Dilip?
Hello. I hope
Hello. Yeah,
everyone
Dilip, you
can
can
hear
share
me.
your screen.
Hello. I hope everyone
Yeah,
can
yeah.
hear me and yeah. So, hello judges. I am Dilip from Trawell University, and our theme is EV charging station, which is an open innovation. Harshavardhan is also in my team. He is a web dev, and our team name is Bit by Bit. So we know that like EV is the future of automobile industry. So does EV charging stations are. But after going through a survey, we got to know that 30% of EV owners forget to charge their EV, and around 40% don't want to own an EV because lack of EV charging infrastructure. So we are trying to solve this thing by introducing Evon, where we are redefining EV charging station. So currently there are a lot of problems, but these are the three major problems what we saw in the EV infrastructure. This is searching, long waiting time, and very limited public places to install the EV charging stations. So how are we going to solve it? So our flagship feature is home charging stations. So what is home charging stations? Here, any EV owner which who own an EV have a home charger. So using our application, he can register his home charger and he can start lending that home charger to people who actually requires EV, and then he can indirectly start his own charging station with a zero investment and start earning from lending his charger. So this is our flagship feature which we'll be providing. The next thing is we are trying to connect this Ola Ether bounce chargers location in one application. If you see that there is Ether Ola, they're trying to create their own infrastructure, own application, but we are trying to collaborate all these things in one application so that the user need not go to different application to search for different chargers. The third thing is we are trying to collaborate with cafeteria mall and universities where they can easily install fast charging station from our application using small process which will be directly linked to the companies who will be providing fast chargers. So here the cafeteria mall or university people can easily install the fast charging in their premises. So these three are the major idea of our application. Apart from that, we also have a feature which is known as EV algorithm. So what this does is, let's say your EV has a low battery percentage. So what are you going to do? Just run our algorithm based on the traffic factors, destinations, and riders riding style. It will calculate what will be the nearby charging station you have to visit, at to what percentage you have to charge your EV so that you can reach your destination in a limited estimated time. So this is kind of proud like a unique feature which we are adding in our application. Next thing, there is also hardware we are trying to build actually, which can automate the home charging station. If you don't have this hardware, you have to manually go scan and provide the charging facilities. But using our hardware, you can automatically automate those charging stations just by keeping your charging station over there, and the user will come and he will just charge and start using the e-charger. Uh, so like how are we different? Like we have the home chargers, which is very unique, and we are the only one who are providing this feature currently. There is multiple charging collaboration, as I said, Ether, Ola, Bounce, and we have the B2B strategy. We also have a business model over here. There is two business model. There is B2C and B2B. In B2C, as I said, we are dealing with the home charging station where people will lend their home charge and they will earn from it, in which will be taking some cut. And as I said, we'll be collaborating with coffee cafeteria malls and universities, and all. We'll make them collaborate with the companies to provide the fast chargers in which we can take some cut over. So this is the two business model which we are planning to implement in our application. Like how are we different from other providers, let's say Ather, Ola, Bounce, and Tata? The first thing is, as I said, home charger. This is the unique and flagship feature which only we have. The next thing is all-in-one search, where only Tata has, and we are also implementing it. Next thing is easy installation. As I said, you can easily book the fast charge installation from our application. Low battery algorithm. This is also a unique feature in our application. Chargers live status, which is almost all application give us. Next thing, charging monitors. You can monitor your charger's health and how is it working, what is the status of the charger. So this is our USP compared to other provider. Yeah. So our tech stack currently, just to show the prototype, is Flutter as a front end, Firebase as a back end, and Arduino to show the hardware demonstration. And there are a lot of use cases, but these are the three major use cases of our application. Let's say EV home charger and fast charging points. People can start earning from providing their home chargers, and the easy installation part. So these are the three major use cases from our application. Our future goal is to also include the battery swiping feature. As we can know that Bounce has introduced battery swiping feature. So we are trying to implement this in the future goals. Let's go for a demo. We have a small video. I'll just show it to you. Yeah. So these are our more user application, merchant application. You can see that the person can either search for fast chargers or a home charge in the right side. You can select home charger. You can search the home charger. And in this application, you can see the reviews, all those things. In the map, you can see where to visit it. And after the confirm, you will just get an estimation time, and after confirming it, you will get a request in the merchant application where the merchant will accept it or reject it. He will accept it, and then you will get generated QR code, and after that you will connect their hardware. This is just for prototype, it's not the actual hardware, where you can just simply scan the QR code from the merchant application, or you can just leave the QR code on the hardware and it will just scan it, and it will just show the charging point, and it will start. You can see the red light here, it's started charging. And after the charging is done, once the charging is done, the payment is generated, and the user can pay using the SoalPay application we are using currently. And after doing a successful payment, the bill is generated and sent to the merchant application. Yeah, so that's it from us. Like, we are open to question.
Any questions on this? Aman, any question?
Nothing from my side.
Nothing from my side.
Yeah, nothing from my side as well.
Fine. Thank you, Dilip, for your presentation. Next, we have
Thank you.
Project Secure. Project. Hello. Yeah. Next, we have Project Sekura by Team Bitwiser, and we have Yashasvi to present. Yashasvi, you can say your screen.
Yes, sir. Warm greetings to one and all present here. We are here, Team Bitwiser, and we are here with our project Sekura, which is a women's security application, and it's like a private security guard of a woman. And through this application, we are creating an initiative that focuses on women's security. Now, I just want to take you quickly through our team. Our team consists of Utkarsh Arora, Shivendu Mishra, Yashveer, and myself, Yashashvi Balyan. Moving to the next slide, we have chosen the track Women's Security because we feel after a lot of tremendous advancement in technology, still a woman, when travels at a public place or in any public transport, she does not feel safe and secure. She fears while traveling in public places. So, to eradicate her fear and to make her feel secure and safe, we are here with our application Sekura, which is like a private guard for a woman. So, this app mainly focuses on problems faced by women and which becomes a great hindrance in becoming self independent. The app provides some great features which can made use of anywhere, anytime. Women's safety in public places is our first and foremost priority, which we are trying to solve through our application. Also, we have integrated a simulation in which we have tried to show some defensive techniques through augmented reality, AR, VR, to train her to make her self independent so that she can fight for herself. So, basically, through this application, we are trying to secure a woman. So, now to tell you about our features of the application, I would like to call my teammate Utkarsh Arora.
Thank you, Yashasvi. Good evening, everyone. My name is Utkarsh Arora, and today, on behalf of Team Bitwiser, I will be going to tell you about the features of our app, Sekura, your own virtual guard. So, firstly, please open the app, Shivendu. So, firstly, we have implemented the Google sign-in button so that the user can eventually log into the app securely. Further, on moving towards the home screen, as we can see the home screen, we can see the emergency call feature. With the help of this feature, if by chance any girl or a woman is stuck in a critical situation or needs urgent help, then she can just tap on the button and the call will be sent to the trusted contact, which is indeed a very important feature. But imagine if the situation gets worsened and she is not even able to press the SOS button, then she can just shake the phone and throw it away. The phone will detect that there is a problem and will actually dial the emergency contact in next 30 seconds. This feature is one of our greatest talking points, as this feature is nearly similar to the crash detection feature which is introduced in the iPhone 14 series last week. On moving further, if a girl is traveling alone and finds any suspicious behavior around her, then she can just call any of the national helpline numbers like police, ambulance, women power line numbers, etc., which are provided by the government. Now, imagine if girls get proper defensive training, then she can prevent mishaps. So, going with the idea, we have implemented the real-time simulation of a girl practicing defensive techniques with the help of augmented reality. So, here's the demonstration of our augmented reality app. So, firstly, it will detect the plane. As you can see, there are small points which are coming in the camera. Then it will detect the plane, that there is a plane, and then we will put our characters on it. Now, as you can see, the woman is trying to do some defensive techniques and man is all down. Then this is the simulation of our main defensive techniques. And then if this feature comes in mainstream, then it can create a revolutionary impact in the safety of the women. Now, we have also tried to add a list of trusted contacts. If you tap on any of the contact cards, then Sekura will automatically call the person in case of emergency. Now, as you can see, we have added 4 contacts as in a scenario. Suppose Radha is a girl and she is stuck in a totally unfamiliar neighborhood. So with the help of Sekura, she can easily track herself with the help of GPS and live geolocation services. And if she wants to share her location to her near and dear ones, she can also easily share it with the help of the Google Maps. Now, as you can see, Shivendu, can you please go it further and you can press the back button and please press on it again. As you can see, it shows the live location of the person. And can you please tap on the red marker? And as you can see, we are redirected to the Google Maps. And through this, we can share our location to our near and dear ones. At last, we have also added the Woman Powerline official website in Sekura. so that women can have a check on the latest updates and notification from the ministry with the ease of just one click. Now, as you can see, we have implemented this web view in our app. Now, let's have a look on the tech stack we have used in the project. Shivendu, can you please hover on the PPT?
Sorry to interrupt you, but we're running out of time. Please be fast.
Okay. So the major tech stack we have used is Kotlin and XML and Google AR Core for the augmented reality modules, the Firebase authentication with the Google sign-in, and the Firebase real-time database for storing the data, the AR and the Unity for making the same AR Core modules. Now my friend Yashasvi will tell you how Sekura is different from other existing market competition. Over to you, Yashasvi.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Utkarsh. So, yes, we know there are still many existing apps which are there for women's security, but the AR augmented reality feature which we have added is the most differentiating feature which we are having in our app. Also, while shaking our phone, if a woman is stuck and she is not able to call or even she is not able to message her SOS contacts, then then the app will directly call emergency. This is the shaking alarm which will automatically run. So yeah, this was a differentiating feature of our application. Now also we are thinking to implement a good road, bad road indication through ML, machine learning algorithms. This is our future goal. This feature is going to tell a woman whether the street she is going to travel is safer for her or not. So this is our future goal. And yeah, moving on to the next slide. So thank you. So this was our application Sekura, which is trying to make a woman feel safe and secure because this is a major real life problem which needs a static and urgent solution. So yeah, questions.
Thank you for the presentation. Judges, any question?
Well, I don't have any questions, but I think I like the whole idea, and you have tried covering many parts of the year.
Thank you,
And I
sir.
think, and I think you should focus more on the AR part because currently the animation right, and if you want to teach girls about self defense, then that would require a bit more refining. And good job with the SOS call and the security part, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Sir, I would like to tell you something about the story of the making of the app. Sir, actually, we took only 12 to 13 hours due to time constraint. We were only able to add the basic AR model. So, but we have decided in future goal that we will add some more and more models which are complex and which can bring a realistic experience to the woman so that she can learn at her own pace the self-defensive techniques.
Yeah, Utkarsh, that seems like a good idea. Just while building the app, target the simplest feature first and complete that, and later go on to the more complex feature. It gives you
Yes, sir.
confidence while building it.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Any more feedback or questions, judges?
I think you can proceed to the next.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you, everyone.
Have a good day.
Next, we have DevMeet by Team Codebox and Jyotirmoy will present. Jyotirmoy, you can share your screen.
Yes. I can share the screen.
Just a second, guys. I have to leave. Thanks for having me here. And I will review the recordings and update the rest of the projects.
Sure.
Thank you, Moy, for joining us.
All the best, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Subhashish, what was the name of the last project? The one which just played?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I'm DMing you.
Yeah.
Okay, Jyotirmoy, you can continue.
Okay, sir. So while searching for teammates, we realized, like me and Shayuk Shengupta realized that we were actually, there was lack of partners who will team up with us. Like while we were actually building the projects or something, like for this Hackodisha only. So we came up with an idea to build a project where we can actually find partners for hackathons, or we can say for projects. So we have built this website where we can actually find teammates, or we can say partners for hackathons. So as we can see here, the code base is here in the GitHub. So this is the website. So at first I will just sign in here. Yes, as it is logged in. So here we can see is the profile is here. As we can see that their profile is here, and in the dashboard we can see that name and some people who has actually searched here and they has came here. Like for example, if I want to find a teammate for a hackathon, we can write here like for example Hackodisha and my mail ID, then HTML, CSS, like what are the skills we want in a partner actually, JavaScript. And this is optional, but we can give you like, I'm from third year. So as I can say, it's, as we refresh, we can see that it has been updated. So from this, we can actually have conversation with people also. Like for example, if I want to have conversation with this person, like my other account, so we can go here and then we can actually have conversation with that person. Like for example, hey, like we can have conversation with that person about the hackathon. And then in this website, we can actually edit all our skills and stuffs, like our banner, or we can actually edit our infos, like what are the achievements we have done here. So we can actually do this thing. Then we can actually find some hackathons that has been presented here, like we have put up here using a API, and then this chat portion and this FAQ where we can actually talk about how it is done. So this is the simple website that we have built here with my friends, that is Tomal Das and Shayuk Shengupta. Shayuk Shengupta as a backend developer, and me as a full stack developer, and Tomal Das as a front-end developer. So this is our website, and here we can see that how the workflow is done. Like since we got much less time, so we didn't got time to prepare a Canva. So this is our website. So a simple website where we can actually find partners. I'm open to questions.
Thank you, gentlemen. Judges, any questions?
Okay, Chinmay, which way is this different from the current portfolio system of, let's say, DevFolio? DevFolio, for example.
Okay. So when we go to DevFolio, like for example, if you are searching for DevFolio, we can actually get only the hackathons that are there, but we cannot find any partners section. Like for example, if I want to search for partners who want to build together, who want to be, this is like a Facebook, or I can say LinkedIn for hackathon people, hackathon enthusiastic people, I can say. So this is different. Like here we can see that there is some hackathons open, but we cannot find people who are actually interested in hackathons. So this actually helps, our website actually helps to find people who are actually find teammate for a hackathon, I can say.
And wouldn't a simple like dashboard / Excel sheet solve this? I mean, a single dashboard, like ETH Global, they do that thing. They have a dashboard. If you are searching for a teammate or a team, then you can just enter your details, your specialties, and then the dashboard gets empty.
Of course, we can do that thing like a dashboard where people can actually join, but we needed to get more features. For example, we can actually put up this kind of stuffs, and we can actually talk about only those portions which are actually important for our projects, or I can say what, for only those portions related to hackathons. That's the reason we made this website that can be actually talk about only hackathons only. That's the reason we made this. Yes, sir.
Right. I like the UI and the whole dashboard thing which you've done with it. Good job over there.
Thanks a lot, sir.
And for further forward, technically, I think it's at a soundstage right now, but I would suggest you look for the target audience for your product, because generally, like people who are very active in hackathons, they have a particular team in which they always go with, right? A set number of people. So your target audience would be the newcomers, right? So
Yes.
you have to make it make features very newcomer friendly. Let's say by not bombing them with a lot of fields, because as a newcomer, like when I was a newcomer, I did not have much to show, much to talk about.
Yes.
So try to make it a bit more beginner friendly, like
Sure.
beginner like questions. You don't ask them about the projects they do, but ask them about like what they want to do, and other like how do they want to go forward types, because
Sure, sure.
they will be your main audience.
Sure, we will try to implement those stuffs, and we have done this kind of like implemented many chat section also to talk, so that people can actually have conversation about their projects or something like that. So we'll surely keeping that mind that it should be like for the beginner friendly also. So yeah.
All
Any
right.
more?
And do look forward for the Web3 communities, because they are having tons of hackathons, right? So this
Yes.
your product could be actually like used in a mainstream if you cater to the particular audience. And the Web3 audience is an easy catch right now. Beginners in
Yes.
Web3, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, sir, for your suggestion.
Thank you, Jyotirmoy.
Yes.
Next we have Womanity Decentralized Petitioner by Team Binary Brains, and Ayush Shaw will present. Ayush, you may share your screen.
Sir, can we leave?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Ayush?
Hello.
Yeah.
Just a minute, I'm sharing the screen.
Sure.
Please give me some 1 minute.
Okay,
There's
we'll
a
move
problem
to
with
the next project. We can fix that meanwhile. Next we have Nirvaya by Kush Jaki. Kush. So we'll move to the next one. Next we have InstaAID by Team Crazy Dave, and Tanmay Sakar is here to present. Tanmay, you may share your screen.
Yes. From my team, Nandan Roy will do the presentation.
Sure, go ahead.
I think someone else is presenting. Did I start? Sorry, I couldn't get it.
Tanmay Sarkar, you and team, you can start.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, so we are Presidents and we are here with the solution named InstaAID, which is a mainly solution to remove to avail healthcare items and remove the social awkwardness among people. Next, the main problem that we are solving here is that the unavailability of the contraceptions at emergencies and different places, remote places where unwanted pregnancies and different health issues can be avoided. And the second problem that we are solving is the unavailability of sanitary pads in the emergency case for women, and also promoting their use and destroying the taboo. Now, if we come to the main motivation behind our project, or you can say the things which had inspired us to make this project is firstly that feeling of shame that people cannot ask for contraceptions and such kind of things in tier 2, tier 3, or even in some tier 1 cities. And sometimes this also happens that people get these items through delivery. Either when you need those in emergency, you cannot order it 2 to 3 days earlier, and when you take in with 10-minute or a 20-minute delivery service, something like that. Firstly, it takes a large cost, and second, the products may not keep the privacy that you want. Thirdly, is that availability in many village or tier 2, tier 3 cities, especially, we see the medical stores are not very close by to our house or not in a walking distance. So, in the case of an emergency or in the case of any kind of needs, we have to go, either we have to walk or we have to rush to medical store, hospital, or some places like that to buy such things. And last thing is the taboo that I am working that we have noticed is that especially the women in the rural or the backward areas are still using primitive methods like cloths, etc., for menstruations and for all other kind of things like that. Okay, so through this we can promote a very healthy, birth control, and well as some problems related to sexual disease and all sorts of things. Now, we have designed a IoT-based system, means and hardware along with an app where the user can see the availability of the products and the machines around her location, and we can just and he or she can select the nearest machines or the machine that he likes. He will just pay from the app with the basis of UPI and collect the required items. And this is, as it is a web app, so we can say that the machines are having a entire database of things, which machine has how many number of things present with it and some things like that. And we can also manage it centrally. And the last thing is that to prevent illegal business of buying through machines, we have used a rate limiter so that a person can buy a certain amount of things within a certain period of time. Now, for how the app works and a live demo of the hardware that we are making, I am going to show you. Okay. I hope this was the demo of our prototype and the app, and I would love to have some questions from you.
Judges, any question or feedbacks?
So, of the features you have mentioned, how many features have been implemented during the hackathon?
We have implemented all within a period of approximately 60 months.
You have implemented all the features.
All of them.
Okay, and the hardware also.
actually in the uh, actually in the harder part, like sort of vending machine is some harder to dispense the item. That is not in that, but the communication between our system and the harder part has been done, and the
We have
display.
not integrated the vending machine kind of part, but we have given how the vending machine will work. We will just connect it with the vending machine or some sort of things like that, and it will just work.
Because the 100 machine vending machine dispensing system hardware is not available to us.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't expect you guys to have a vending machine ready.
Yes, sir.
So, so what you're doing is you're allowing people to buy. Okay, you're telling allowing villagers
We
or
are
people
just
to buy
promoting
online.
safe sex and means protection for women during the menstruation.
Okay, so like going forward, one problem would, which I see in your business case, would be installing the vending machines in places because I don't think that we have such a culture in India, right? It's there in
Yes.
Japan.
In India, see that people are looting ATMs, so vending machines are a very small sort of things. So we plan to, if we are going to implement this, we plan to implement it with the government through the government. Okay,
Government
and
or some sort of NGOs that is working towards women's safety
so we
and
can
health related work.
also give a little kind of subsidy and also regulate the quality of the product, and also take the data afterwards, how many what is being used, something like that.
That's
So
not.
who are your prime user case? Like who are you targeting?
Frankly, we are target firstly for the sanitary napkins and sanitary pads. We are targeting the women who are means they came on road and they just forgot and they are just having their things, something like that, and the people who are dire need of contraception in some kind of situations. And
Okay.
also in case of, if we consider the case of rural cases, often safe sex is not promoted in such places, so we through our machines and through government schemes and something like that, we can just promote it.
So what I see, look, first of all, good job connecting the hardware to the software. I think till now you're the only team who has had a hardware component in their project. So cheers to that. And secondly, the main problem which I see going forward with your project is, you know, it's convincing the public otherwise and marketing and growing the business basically, right?
Yes,
Yes,
our
yes.
main target is to remove the awkwardness of, or the taboo of talking about sex, promoting safe sex, something like that.
See, in
Because
But
India,
like I mean, so if it's a vending machine, it won't be any different from a medical store, right? Like if you go to medical store, you buy
but
something.
you don't have to walk to a vending. You don't have to walk some distance for a medical store. And sir, mainly if we just consider the tier two and the tier three cities, which mainly are in India, and the villages, yeah, the medical shops are at a very very large distances. I am from a tier two city, you can call it. So it do happened that I won't share my stories like that because it will take your
Yeah,
time.
don't. It's fine. So
Also, I
you're
just
telling,
want,
yeah, I'm gonna
yeah,
go forward.
sorry, I just wanted to ask like which particular board you use for making this prototype.
Sorry.
the board we are using Node MCU in
Okay,
hardware
Node
part.
MCU. Okay, and how you are communicate, how the hardware is communicating to the payment
Uh,
portal, like which particular protocol you are using.
no, for only the server and the communication between the hardware is how many order is received and how many order is dispensing. The now the payment service is fully implemented in server side. Now, when someone in the app place the order, we created an order in our payment gateway site and redirect the user to the actual link. When the user accept payment, we have a wave hook call, and it says in database that actually all machines are a specific machine code. So So in which machine it needs to actually dispense how many items, it actually stores in database, and the next time the machine actually polls the server, then receives the data and dispense the items. Actually will maintain a queue like structure in database.
Okay, okay, I got it. I got it. Nice one. And like one more thing, like let's say one particular user, let's say, places an order through your vending machine. So is there a unique code ID generated for each and every purchase, so that whenever the person goes to the vending machine, so they can like identify the particular proper person is only getting the product they want?
Actually, we have not implemented that. We are actually restricting user to I mean 100 or 150 meters of range, and show the actually vending machine available it up
Okay.
to 2 kilometers. For demonstration purpose, we have keep the actually distance higher. We have calculated the Euclid distance and between the coordinates, and filter on basis of that actually. So it don't allow to order under 100 km or 150 km in
Okay.
production actually.
Great idea, by the way.
Any more questions, judges? I
No more
hope.
questions from my side.
Okay.
I think we got
Thank
the
you.
answer.
Thank you, team. Next, we have Womanity Decentralized Petitioner by Ayush. Ayush, you can present. Hello. Yeah. Hello. You're not audible, Ayush. You can unmute yourself. Yes. Ayush, you can unmute yourself. Yeah. There is an echo.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there is an echo. Okay. Let's move to the next. Darpan, you can fix your issue so we can move to the next.
Yeah. Hello.
Okay, okay. It's fine now. It's fine now.
Okay.
You can present. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, this is Womanity Web3 project. We are more of a petitioner and an online voting website concerning women empowerment. Our mission is to create a platform where women can demand the laws and regulations they want in a democratic way. The project is made using Trawell framework. So
Yeah, yeah, you are. Please be fast.
yeah, okay. Well, so this is our website. This is our website known as Womanity. It's an online voting website and more of a petition where we can create petitions, submit it, and the other people can upvote or vote against the petition. Well, this is a petition website concerning women's security. Our track is Web3 and women security. So if I can if I want to upload a web proposal, I can write anything like ban marriages. It's a simple random proposal which I want to then I can अरे यार yeah so
Darpan, please be fast.
yeah so you can submit here, then metamask transaction will come, we need to confirm it, and then we are seeing there's a new proposal coming, ban child marriages. We can go into it, vote for it, for and then again confirm the transaction using metamask. The whole thing is hosted in Robson test network of Ethereum. After the transaction gets confirmed, we can see the votes changing here. Like we can see votes for one. We can come back and even vote on other petitions. We can see that here there are other petitions. I have already voted in this part, and there is a feature in it that we cannot vote in a petition more than once. So if I vote here, then the transaction will most probably fail. Like we can see a warning. So then a transaction will fail here because we have already voted, and we will see a warning. Like you have seen the transaction has failed. The main reason being they have already voted in this. So let's come back. In this way, we can create proposal and show the government that so many people are supporting a proposal. So the government can take actions again for concerning the matter, and in this way, we can bring change for women security.
Okay, thank
We
you,
have
Darpan. Okay, you have anything else? Please be fast.
yeah, we have implemented the project using Truffle framework. Web3.js library we have used.
Dwaipan.
Yeah. We have used React for the front end, and that's all. I
Okay.
can.
So, Subhashish, do we have time for Q&A?
Yeah, you may give one feedback.
Okay, I'm going to be very brief. I'm going to be very honest right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Dwaipan, good job with the UI and the whole pink touch and purple touch to it. Nice round boxes, right? But honestly, when I come to the smart contract part, what I felt was you just rebranded the basic voting app into something for women, and that's how into something for women security. And this basic voting app is a YouTube tutorial basically. So I don't do not see much of an innovation over here. And I would want to know about the issues about the original. I feel like this is more of a backup idea right now, and I would want to know about the original idea which you were working on and the troubles you faced, while working on it. Because what I see right now is just a rebranded version of a plain code coding app.
Yeah, well,
What issues did you face when you wanted to?
we first of all thought about making a more of a petitioning app. Then there was a track concerning women's safety, so we thought can make it as a theme concerning women's safety of this main
So,
app.
so your original idea was a simple petitioning app,
Yeah,
like voting system, just normal petition, right?
yeah.
Okay, then. Good job.
Okay, thank you, Japan. Next, we have Project Trawell by Aditya Krishnan. Aditya, you may present your screen.
Yeah.
Japan, you can leave. Please stop presenting.
Am I audible?
Yeah, Aditya, you are audible.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, you may share your screen now.
Yeah. So is my screen visible now?
It is. It is.
Yeah, okay, cool. So hi guys, it's been late night. So I'll be introducing my project. It's called Trawell. Trawell is your smart travel buddy. It's powered by artificial intelligence in some part of the functionalities. So it basically is a travel guide, a backup for your travel plans. Like we all travel a lot throughout our jobs or throughout our everyday needs. So this application will come handy in certain places. I'll list the following. And the problems we felt on a daily travel journey or a tourist journey. The first thing will be obviously the language barrier. So a language becomes the most major barrier in terms of a foreign tourist or a person who is going to visit a native place. So he may not be able to recognize or speak in that particular native language. So that is the first problem. And the second is the market. So local artisans and craftsmen may not have access to the global audience. So that is a critical part. And next is the availability of a trustworthy gate, maybe. So a lot of places where you go, may not get a trustworthy gate, and sometimes these gates may offer you cheap products in terms of in return of large amount of money. So these are the major problems, and the solution we have is a language translator which is backed by Google Translate API. And the next one is a native market framework where these local artisans and craftsmen can list their products in our framework, and like they get to the people get to see, like a global audience get to see the whole thing. And the next is an AI powered travel guide which works on the basis of a machine learning model where you can detect a monument or similar places in terms of a pre-trained model which is fed into the MLTF like model. So initially we have an app and we also have a website running parallel, serving similar purposes. And so talking about the product demo, the first thing I would like to share is a scan monument feature though. So a scan monument feature, in multiple times we go to a certain place and we wonder what functionality or what significance does this thing have with respect to the particular historical or hierarchical importance of that particular place. So scan monument feature basically gives you an option to click an image of the peak point of that monument, and the ML model automatically recognizes which monument is that, and it also gives you the historical and hierarchical details in the following. And sometimes you might not be in a good mood, or you might not want to read, so it also has a text to speech engine built into the system, and it can also read out the whole thing for you. So this is the first scan monument feature. And the second is Speak Native. Speak Native basically is a voice-to-voice translator which works on the basis of a Google Translate API. And this might come handy when you go to a native place and you are not able to speak that particular language, so you can use the help of this language translator in terms of your speaking needs. So this is the second. And the next is a travel card where you can leverage your daily outgoing trips in terms of VIP purchases or VIP stays when you hit a particular milestone in the travel card milestone. So when you travel particular points or particular locations, you get or you accumulate points, and these points you can redeem when you hit a milestone. So this is basically travel card, and the next is a native market, as I said, where these local artisans and craftsmen can list their product into the global audience. So the next time a tourist come to your native place, he can recognize unique products or native products these people make, and they can buy them from those particular places with trusted authenticity, tested by our team. So the final two features will be a suggested plan method. A suggested plan, basically what it means is you go to a place and the only thing might I personally go to a location and just for visiting just one place, or I'm only aware of that place in that locality and I go there. So suggested plan, what it does, it gives you a path through which you can go, and the path will cover the less significant or tourist places which you may not know through the path, and this will also suggest how much distance you will cover and how much time the whole adventure will take through this path. And the suggested plan method is also backed up by a feedback system. So if the previous tourist have gone through this path, he will give a rating system and the plan A, plan B, plan 2, and these plans will be sorted according to the rating. So if the previous visitor have liked it, he will also give a good rating, and the next tourist will also follow the same path. And the next is a locate native feature where the GPS takes in your current location and it feeds you with the nearby restaurants, nearby auto taxi stands. So when you are in a remote location, you don't get lost in.
Hey, so Aditya, sorry to interrupt you. And
Yeah.
out of time.
Yeah, I'll be winding up in like 2-3 minutes. So yeah. This is the market size when we analyze 51.09%. It goes to the Kerala tourism. Like we have taken a case study in respect to Kerala where I am, and 51.09% goes into the Kerala tourism in increase in growth, and 3% growth to the information sector where we focus on or we pinpoint on, and the 1.5% revenue for private organization like what we are planning to build right now. So how we are planning to make this thing to the next level, make this thing into a business model is like we will be initially having a freemium model where people will go on test the app, like they'll be given free tries of scan monument feature or any other feature, and the next step is like if he or she likes the feature, he will be like we will ask for a subscription plan in terms of a freemium model. So there will also be a small amount of ad revenue from this local companies with respect to the specific locality. So they also get a kind of promotion, and we will be also be partnering with tourist entities in that sector itself. And also we will be taking commission from the local vendors. So under the hood, things work inside a Flutter app, basically used for mobile application development. And we have a TF Lite model, TensorFlow model for image classification, machine learning. For the web, we have a React.js, and for backend and host servers, we have Node.js. So the traction or milestones, we have a minimum MVP right now, and we are planning to deploy the thing and market a bit, and we'll be attaining 25,000 user base. And the next phase will be a target revenue of 2 lakhs. So yeah, guys, that's a wrap, and I'll be quickly showing you a demo.
Please be fast.
Yeah. Okay.
Code properties are क्या?
It's visible, right? My screen.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So here it is. So this is the travel application. It will fetch the current location, and you have options like speak native, where you get voice to voice translation, and you can also get a text to voice translation. Of course, this is a speak native feature. And the next one, as I said, is a scan monument feature where you can take your image from a camera or gallery, and like if you give us like I will take a pic from my laptop, and it automatically recognizes that this thing is a Sri Vadakunathan temple, and it also gives the historical hierarchical importance, and can also read the thing out with the help of a TTS engine. So the next thing is locate native, where the current location is fetched and the nearest restaurants and auto taxi stands are also fetched into the software. And the suggest plan method, as I said, recommends a path through which you can travel, where you cover more places in terms of less time or less distance. So you have multiple plans out there, and you'll also have a travel card, which is also a unique selling point, where in terms of how much you travel, points are accumulated, and at the end of the day you can leverage this thing for VIP purchases and VIP goods. So yeah, and we also have a native market. Currently we don't have items in there, and this is the whole thing. So I'll be suddenly winding up. Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Aditya. Judges,
Yeah.
any questions and feedback?
I mean, there's one question from my side, like the kind of like you're kind of creating a suggested path for the user through which they can move. So is it just like a AI generated one, or it's like not like what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
Like,
okay. Yeah, I'll give a brief details of what the question look like. We'll basically have some common paths in particular localities through which we can go, and we cover a lot of unique places which we might not be knowing because we are from a different locality. So we'll go through those paths and visit these places which are in our consideration. So we yeah, so we have these paths in this, and the previous user will obviously give a feedback according to how he felt the place was, and current user will also get to know that this place is good, and the model will also suggest a path according to how the feedback is. So then the next user get to choose what he needs according to the feedback of the
also,
previous
one thing
user.
I would suggest, like you could have added some of the UPIs of various, you can say, traveling agencies like Ola, Uber, where they show up the cost of if they travel to here, what's the estimated cost it might take them. So
Yeah.
you could have highlighted that as well.
Yeah, well, the suggested plan features how much distance you cover through the distance or through those monuments. It obviously suggests the distance, and it also suggests the time, how much time an average person will use through those places, 3 or 4 places through this distance. So yeah, we will. It will also be nice if how much price we expect to be used in those places. It will also be a good feature to add it. Yeah.
Any more feedbacks on the questions? Okay, thank you, Aditya.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Next, we move to the last project of this session. It's Smart Fashion Monitoring System by a team ICS Warriors, and it will be presented by Jagan. Jagan, you can share this screen.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, it's visible, sir.
It is. You can.
Sir, our team name is ICS Warriors. Our project is Smart Patient Monitoring System. Our teammates are my name is Jagan, Dinesh Kumar, Sivasundar, and Rishwant. Our project is to describe in the modern world how the patients are suffering from to visit doctor, and doctors are being able to see the past history of the patients. We have introduced a new idea method with the Android app development. Our idea is to make the patients about their history with the past and present. in technology, we have used Node MCU and GY906 contactless temperature sensor and Max 30100 sensor. This is our PCB design for contactless temperature and Max 3100 sensor pulse oximeter. Our main motto is to don't affect the patients with the direct contact with the doctor. If it is the device which is used to help the patient and doctors without contact, they can able to send the data via Node MCU. If we keep the device near the patient, it can collect the information and deliver to the doctor without seeing the patient. The doctor could visible their data anywhere, anytime, in any places. User case electronic health records, patient portals. We can made it to app. We use technology for embedded C. This is our first project, sir. We couldn't develop so much. We have learned many things for that to develop the project, sir. So thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jagan. The team name is ICS Warrior. Aman, you are asking, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, any questions, judges?
So, like the PCB is in itself the microcontroller, or like it's just the sensor itself only?
Sir, so for both of us, sir. It's for micro Node MCU 3 to 8, 3 Node MCU
Yeah, I
ESP32,
got it.
sir, and for 3 sensors, sir, with OLED, sir. We can able to see
Okay.
the output in OLED. Sir.
So, like which you are using Node MCU 32.
Yes, sir, Node MC32, sir. It is a dual core, sir. We can use it Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, sir.
Okay. So I think so. Like with Bluetooth, you are using the normal BLE or the low energy BLE.
Sir, no, sir. We have used only Wi-Fi for this, sir. We are not upload the Bluetooth, sir.
Okay. Okay.
We use for this. We created a local IP address, sir.
Okay.
After that, we created HTML page and we can able to see in HTML page, sir, for output of the sensors.
Okay. So, like, are you aware of the fact that you can also embed a website on your Node MCU?
Sir,
Okay.
for that on a local IP address, sir.
Okay.
For I have to interface the two codes, sir. I have little experience in
No,
that,
no,
sir.
not. I mean, I don't. I was not talking about the local host. I was actually talking about the fact that if you are aware that a Node MCU has a dual core processor, and we have some like 4 MB amount of space within it, where you can easily host website in the JSON format itself. So, like, why didn't you use that for the website and you went for a separate website?
Sir, the question is why we use a normal Node MCU, sir?
What?
Sir, can you repeat the question, sir? I can't understand the question.
I was asking in Node MCU, actually you can embed a website in the JSON format. I mean, you have to write the code for the whole website in the JSON format, and in that way you then need to make a separate local host kind of website for that purpose. So why didn't you go for that? It could have been a bit more optimized. I mean, the idea is good, everything is fine, but yeah, I think so that was kind of an improvement that you could have brought.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Sir, we have first project, sir. It's a road interest, sir.
Okay.
We have first stepped into this, sir. Further, we have to learn many things about this project, sir.
Okay. So do check out this library called Arduino JSON. I mean, if you might have heard about it before, I don't know if you might have heard about it or not,
Yes,
but check
sir.
out
I
this
didn't hear,
particular
sir.
library.
I didn't hear, sir. But I will do, sir. Thank you for the information, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jagan.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Any more questions? Okay, fine. Gaurav.
Okay, so thank you everyone. Thank you judges for staying up so late. We know there was a delay from our side, and we're really sorry for that. And also we're thankful to all of the judges and participants for the time they gave us, for the support they gave us to WebBiz and ITR, for the support they gave to Hackodisha 2.0. So thank you. With this, we are officially towards the end of Hackodisha 2.0. It was a really wonderful event, and we hope everyone gained a lot from it and found it really great. Thank you. And any doubts, anything, you can just DM any of the organizers on Discord. We'll be actively looking forward to your DMs. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Now you can
Gaurav.
leave. Thank you, Mansi. Thank you, Aman. Thank you,
Thank you,
Aditya.
everyone. Great work by the participants.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Participants
Thank you
did
very
kind
much.
of a
We'll be
great
glad
job.
to be collaborating with you in future. So, and at that time, we'll try not to delay that so much.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, guys.
Okay, bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.